Prelude to Ulysses. This is Alex Reads Littler Things. Wow, what a day. Jesus. Welcome to Prelude to Ulysses. This is Alex Reads the Littler Things, where I'll read something out of something. And that's what I'll read. I'm hungry, and I want this pizza to be ready. Hey, how's your day? What have you been up to? Can I tell you what I did? Everything was fucked up today and broken and shit. And it was, I'm gonna stop cussing. I think there's gonna be. I found God. Just kidding. No, that's real. Today we're gonna be reading something from Delicious Laughter, Rambunctious Teaching Stories from the Mathwani by Rumi. Because I'm beans. Lotus is at my parents' house. I was going to go sleep there, but it was too late, and I was hanging out with some people. And then my parents texted me, and they're like, they didn't come over. They didn't even say that, but it's too late. I was going to go hang out with them, but it's too late. I'm so tired. Where were we then? Looks like I didn't put a bookmark in. Cool. I'm a genius guy. When was the last one that happened? Dying Laughing, we read that one. Human Honesty. I think we're pretty deep in this fucker. The Visions of Dakiki. That's what we read last. That thing. There's a thing over here. Definitely read Visions of Dakiki last. Okay, this is a long one. It's called Sexual Urgency. What a woman's laughter can do, and the nature of true virility. Virility. By Rumi. So today we're going to be reading Sexual Urgency, What a Woman's Laughter Can Do, and the nature of true virility. Someone offhand to the Caliph of Egypt. The king of Mosul has a concubine like no other, more beautiful than I can describe. She looks like this. He draws her likeness on paper. The Caliph drops his cup. Immediately he sends his captain to Mosul with an army of thousands. The siege goes on for a week with many casualties. The walls and the towers unsteady, as soft as wax. The king of Mosul, M-O-S-U-L, don't know how to pronounce it, sends an envoy. Why this killing? If you want the city, I will leave and you can have it. If you want wealth, that's even easier. The captain takes out the piece of paper with the girl's picture on it. This, the strong king of Mosul, is quick to reply. Lead her out. The idol belongs with the idolater. When the captain sees her, he falls in love like the caliph. Don't laugh at this. This loving is also a part of infinite love. Objects which the world does. Oh, cool. Video didn't stop. Can you read that? Don't laugh at this. This loving is also a part of infinite love, without which the world does not evolve. Objects move from inorganic to vegetation to selves endowed with spirit through the urgency of love that wants to come to perfection. The captain thinks the soil looks fertile, so he sows his seed. Sleeping, he sees the girl in a dream. He makes love to her image. And his semen spurts out. After a while, he begins to wake. Slowly, he senses the girl is not there. I have given my seed to nothing. I shall put this tricky woman to a test. A leader who is not captain of his body is not one to be honored. With his semen spilled so in the sand, now he loses all control. He doesn't care about the caliph or about dying. I am in love, he says. Do not act in such heat. Take counsel with a master. But the captain couldn't. His infatuation is a blackwater wave carrying him away. Something that doesn't exist makes a phantom appear in the darkness of a well, and the phantom itself becomes strong enough to throw actual lions into the hole. More advice. It is dangerous to let other men have intimate connections with the women in your care. Cotton and fire sparks. Those are, together, difficult, almost impossible to quench. The captain does not return straight to the caliph, but instead camps in a secluded meadow. Blazing, he can't tell ground from sky. His reason is lost in a drumming sound. Worthless radish and son of a radish. The caliph himself, a gnat. Nothing. But just as this cultivator tears off the woman's pants and lays down between her legs, his penis moving straight to the mark. I almost said punis. His punis running straight for the mark. There's a great tumult, T-U-M-U-L-T, tumult, and a rising cry of soldiers outside the tent. He leaps up with his bare bottom shining and runs out, scimitar in hand. A black lion from a nearby swamp has gotten in amongst the horses. Chaos, the lion jumping 20 feet in the air, tents billowing like an ocean. The captain quickly approaches the lion, splits his head with one blow, and now he's running back to the woman's tent. When he stretches out her beauty again, his punis got even more erect. The engagement, the coming together, as is with the lion. His penis stays erect all through it. Is this the same guy? So he wakes up, the lady's not there. He found out he just had a wet dream. He gets fucking crazy pissed because that memory that doesn't exist created a phantom, this phantom memory in his head, and it appears in the darkness of a well and is strong enough to throw actions into the hole, or to throw lions into the hole. Like, it creates a black hole of a different universe of something else that didn't ever happen. You know, like when you fantasize about something? Like, let's say, a big one for me is when I, like, have a bad conversation with somebody and then I relive it in my head to make it a good conversation. I'm now fooling myself into believing I'm better at stuff than I am. And I'm not that good at stuff. That's what happened to this guy. He thought that the girl was with him. He had a wet dream. Poor little guy and whatever. And then it says, don't let other dudes bang your ladies. Sure. Oh, so he just is sorry. That whole part with someone having what? Oh, so this is a simile. So he's all pissed and he's like he does not go to the Caliph, the guy who drew the picture, but then he just camps somewhere. He's so mad he can't tell up from down. And he's just kind of... all he can hear is his heartbeat. He's thinking down on everybody. And then it says, but just as this cultivator tears off the woman's pants and lays down between her legs. I don't get it. Is that happening? Or is this still a, like, just as this cultivator? It could be like written as a simile, like, so just as a lion attacks a goat, Mary Sue jumped upon the goat. That was a bad one, but it could be used as a metaphor, that beginning of a sentence. But just as this cultivator tears off the woman's pants, it could also be taken as, relating to time. Just as the cultivator tears, so right as that happens, okay, that's what that means. There's a great tumult. So where's the woman at? The concubine, like no other. I guess he just finds her and starts to have sex with her, maybe? But there's a lion outside and tents are billowing like the ocean. The captain approaches the lion, so he just found the lady somewhere. I thought she was gone. Oh, he senses she's not there. Okay, so they're in bed together? No, I don't know. Maybe, are they together? What the fuck? Oh, he's sleeping in a field? Whatever. The captain quickly approaches the lion, splits his head with one blow, and now he's running back to the woman's tent. When he stretches out her beauty again, his penis goes even more erect. The engagement, the coming together, is as with the lion. His penis stays erect all through it, and it does not scatter semen feebly. The beautiful one is amazed at his virility immediately. With great energy, she joins with his energy, and the two spirits go out from them as one. Whenever two are linked this way, there comes another from the unseen world. It may be through birth, if nothing prevents conception, but a third does come, when two unite in love or in hate. The intense qualities born of such joining appear in the spiritual world. You will recognize them when you go there. Your associations bear progeny. Be careful, therefore. Wait and be conscious. Before you go to meet anyone, remember there are children to consider. As long as shit, motherfucker. The fuck are they talking about anyways? So, just remember, if you kill something, you get a boner for sure, and it stays there. And anytime you have sex or hate somebody, you're like creating, like a combination will always create at least the concept of a birth of an idea or of like an actual thing in the spirit world. You're going to go there. When you die, you're going to see what all of your joinings are. Every moment you had, every collision, every fight, every kiss, every imagined love, it's there. But what kind of child is it? Have you taken care of the things that come out of your life, or have you just... Oh man, carrot juice is so fucking good. I forget about it. It's like, carrots are fine, but juiced carrots are awesome. All right. Children you must live with and tend to, born of your emotions with another, entities with a form and speech, and a place to live. They are crying for you even now. You have forgotten us! Come back! Be aware of this. A man and a woman together always have a spiritual result. Okay, so it has to be a dude and a lady. The captain was not so aware. He fell and stuck like a gnat in a pot of buttermilk, totally absorbed in his love affair. Damn, that was a good sentence. But this guy, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to say about this horn dog. This weird horn dog, Rumi. If that's even the person's name, I have no idea. But that's a great sentence. He fell and stuck like a gnat in a pot of buttermilk, totally absorbed in his love affair. Like, that sentence is the best sentence. It's a good one. What? Then, just as suddenly, he's uninterested. He tells the woman, "Don't say a word of this to the Caliph." He takes her there, and the Caliph is smitten. She's 100 times more beautiful than he's imagined. A certain man asks an eloquent teacher, "What is true and what is false?" "This is false. A bat hides from the sun, not from the idea of the sun. It's the idea that puts fear in the bats and leads it deeper in the cave. You have an idea of an enemy that attaches you to certain companions." Moses, the inner light of revelation, lit up the top of Mount Sinai. But the mountain could not hold that light. Don't deceive yourself this way. Having the idea is not living the reality of anything. There's no courage in the idea of a battle. The bathhouse wall is covered with pictures and much talk of heroism. Try to make an idea move from ear to eye. Then your woolly ears become as subtle as the fibers of light. Your whole body becomes a warrior, all eye and spiritual breathing. Let your ear lead you to your lover. So the captain just gave this girl away. And he's all about it. And then it kind of goes off in this parable about... Hold on. Break my heart, shine now. Whoo! And then it kind of goes off in this parable about a man that asks his teacher, "What is the difference between true or false?" And kind of like what I was saying earlier, that imagining circumstances in which something happens is not reality. It's not that weird of a sentence, is it? And then it says, listen to your ears more than your eyes, I think. I don't know what that last part means. So the Caliph is mightily... Try to make an idea move from ear to eye, 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 ear to eye. Whoa, sorry. It's been a long day. Then your woolly ears become as subtle as the fibers of light. Your whole body becomes a mirror, all eye and spiritual breathing. Let your ear lead you to your lover. What's shaking? Oh, it's this guy. It's probably making noise the whole time, wasn't it? So the Caliph is... So the Caliph is mightily in love with this girl. His kingdom vanishes like lightning. If your loving is numb, know this. When what you own can vanish, it's only a dream, a vanity, breath through a mustache. It would have killed you. There are those that say, nothing lasts. They're wrong. Every moment they say. If there were some other reality, I would have seen it. I would know about it. Because a child doesn't understand a chain of reasoning, should adults give up being rational? If reasonable people don't feel the presence of love within the universe, that doesn't mean it's not there. Joseph's brothers did not see Joseph's beauty, but Jacob never lost sight of it. Moses at first saw only a wooden staff, but to his other seeing, it was a viper and a cause of panic. Eyesight is in conflict with inner knowledge. Moses' hand is a hand and a source of light. These matters are as real as the infinite is real. But they seem religious fantasies to some. To those who believe only in the reality of the sexual organs and the digestive tract. Don't mention the friend to those. To others, sex and hunger are fading images. And the friend is more constantly, solidly here. The friend, capital F. Let the former go to their church and we'll go to ours. Don't talk long to skeptics or to those who claim to be atheists. I was taking this a different direction with the sentence, because a child doesn't understand a chain of reasoning, should adults give up being rational. And then it goes on to say that atheists are not worth much of your time. I'm an atheist. Did I get offended? I got offended. This is a religious book, man. You talk so much fucking shit about all religions and you can't take a little bit yourself? That wasn't even mean. Yeah, maybe I need to get real. What does that mean? I'm so tired. What? Don't talk to atheists, for sure. That's fucking... that's, for real. You probably shouldn't. So the Caliph has the idea of entering the beautiful woman, and he comes to her to do his wanting. Memory raises his penis, straining it in thought toward the pushing down and the lifting up, which make that member grow large with delight. But as he actually lays down with the woman, there comes to him a decree from God to stop those voluptuous doings. A very tiny sound, like a mouse might make. The penis droops and desire slips away. Is this like still this? Okay, so the Caliph. This is the story of the Caliph. This poor girl. He's like, I love you so much. I love you so much. And he's like, here's my friend. And the friend's like, I think you're cool, but my dick don't. God said, stop it. The penis droops and desire slips away. He thinks that whooshing sound is a snake rising off the straw mat. The girl sees his drooping and sails into fits of laughing at the marvelous thing. She remembers the captain killing the lion with his penis standing up, straight up. Long and loud her laughter. Anything she thinks of only increases it, like the laughter of those who eat hashish. Everything is funny. Every emotion has a source and a key that opens it. The Caliph is furious. He draws his sword. Did he draw it like a drawing? What's so amusing Tell me everything you're thinking. Don't hold anything back. At this moment, I'm clairvoyant. If you lie, I'll behead you. If you tell the truth, I'll give you your freedom. He stacks 7 Korans on top of each other and swears to do as he says. When she finally gets a hold of herself, the girl tells all in great detail. Of the camp and the meadow, the killing of the lion, the captain's return to the tent with his penis, still hard as the horn of a rhino. And the contrast with the caliph's own member sinking down because of one mouse whisper. Is there a mouse? Oh, God whispers. But he makes it sound, he thinks it's a snake. Okay. What? He thinks it's a snake. Mouse whisper. Oh. And the contrast with the caliph's own member, sinking down because of one mouse whisper. Hidden things always come to light. They do not sow bad seed. Be sure they'll come up. Rain and the sun's heat make them rise into the air. Spring comes after the fall of leaves, which is proof enough of the fact of resurrection. Spring comes out in spring. Out from the earth lips into leaf. Worries become wine headaches. Where did the wine come from? Think. A branch of blossoms does not look like seed. A man does not resemble semen. Jesus came from Gabriel's breath. But he is not in that form. The grape doesn't look like the vine. Loving actions are the seed of something completely different. A living place. No origin is like where it leads to. We can't know where our pain is from. We don't know all that we've done. Perhaps it's best that we don't. Nevertheless, we suffer for it. The Caliph comes back to his clarity. In the pride of my power, I took this woman from another. So, of course, someone came to knock on my door. Whoever commits adultery is a pimp for his own wife. If you cause injury to someone, you draw that same injury toward yourself. My treachery made my friend a traitor to me. Is he talking about his dick? This repetition must stop somewhere. Here, in an act of mercy. I'll send you back to the captain. Saying another one of my wives is jealous, and since the captain was brave enough to bring you back from Mosul, he shall have you in marriage. This is the virility of a prophet. So the guy he drew the sword on her for laughing at his dick is the guy who was the winner of the story. Okay. All right. Word, man. I didn't see that one coming. But it's a religious book. This is a book that's like that. Is it? Does that happen a lot? That type of thing? I don't know. I feel like this book is fun to read, but I don't absorb it as much as I do with some other books. This is the virility of a prophet. The caliph was sexually impotent, but his manliness was most powerful. The kernel of true manhood is the ability to abandon sensual indulgences. The intensity of the captain's libido is less than a husk compared to the caliph's notability in ending the cycle of sowing lust and reaping secrecy and vengefulness. So this circle of fucking this circle of sowing lust and reaping that they just described. So okay, all right, that was a big one. It was a big one. So that was sexual urgency, what a woman's laughter can do, which is not what I thought it was going to be a beautiful thing. I thought that was a positive thing. What a woman's laughter can do, and the nature of true virility. All right. So first of all, 3 characters: the captain, or like the king, the caliph, who is like a drawer, maybe like he also like maybe delivers messages, maybe, and the princess, the concubine, and also the king of Mosul. So the caliph, the drawer guy, he drew a picture of this chick. He's like, dude, this chick, she's the concubine of the king of Mosul. And the captain's like, let's get her, let's go. And they're like, all right. And he's like, I'm gonna kill everyone if I can't have this girl. And King of Mosul's like, just take the girl. We don't care. So he falls deeply, madly, horribly in love, but he was just kind of banging his pillow and had a wet dream and got super mad. And I guess him and her went out into a field. He's all crazy. Oh, was he having sex in that? I misunderstand that. Captain does not return. Blazing, he can't tell ground from sky. His reason is lost in a drumming sound. Worthless radish and son of a radish. That could be describing sex. Definitely. Reason lost in a drumming sound. Worthless radish and son of a radish. Okay, well, whatever. So he, first of all, he has a wet dream, gets mad. They go into a meadow and have sex. Or they're starting to, at least. And he starts to he takes her pants off. And then there's a fucking lion that's causing an uproar. And he's like, fuck this lion. He's just got a boner. He goes and kills the lion. He's got even more of a boner. And he goes back into sex, right? But then he's like, I don't love you anymore. Seems like his real love was the wet dream. Is the point. Is this memory, this fake thing. This thing that happened, not in a spiritual realm, but in your own imagination. That's what he was in love with. And we can all relate to that. And he's like, this sucks. And he's like, here, I'm going to take you to my friend. You can have sex with him. He's going to love you. And he does. He thinks she's awesome. The caliph, the jar guy, he's like, yeah. He thinks the princess is awesome. For like a second and a half. And then there's this part where it suggests that all atheists are hedonists. It's kind of true. In a way. Got to be a little bit. Isn't everyone a hedonist in some way? What am I talking about? Oh, he's in love with her. And then it's like, atheists are weird. Skeptics are weird. And then he's just chilling there, and God talks to him, literally. A mouse might make. He does it. He loses his boner real quick, and Princess laughs at it, And he's like, I'm going to kill you, bitch ass. And then he like makes the girl sit on a bunch of Bibles. Qurans, I mean. It's weird. To tell him the story, and then he's kind of like, whatever. And then he realizes he should never even have tried to have sex with her because of whore shaming something. Slut shaming. Well, I don't know. Pimp for his own wife. I don't know what that means. And then it's all about how he's better. He's better than the other guy. Sounds like a funny stick. Sounds like something that happened personally to poor Rumi. He's like, I'm the bigger guy anyways. That's what that was way too long.